Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2022 BCA World Championship here at the Rio Hotel and Casino here in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is Summerfield with Badboys TV. What's that? If you can do it over here, yeah. I just started Diamond Finals. I'm sorry, you guys. That was my team. They're trying to do a team photo. Sorry about that. Yep, but I got a job to do. I'm a big loser playing pool, so it's time to go to work. Like I was saying, this is the Diamond Team Finals. This is the best of the best. There was no Fargo cap for this Diamond event, I believe. I believe Platinum had a 3,000 cap, and I'll confirm that before I start talking about it, before I keep talking about it. Anyway, Bad Boys TV, this is Boombox, brought to you in part by Diamond Billiard Products, OB Custom Cues, Mike Littman over at Littman Lights, John Dawson at Break and Run Trucking, and mostly Ali. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here with us. We got a bunch of finals coming at you, and because I'm a loser, I'll be with you. Mike D's out there playing 8-ball, but I think we may be blessed with the one and only Stephanie Drakulik to join us here in the booth. So, like I said, thanks for tuning in. These guys are about to get started. I'm going to get some player sheets, and I'll be right back. All right, y'all. We're back. We're ready. We're rolling. 4 railers dropping. Boom. Boombox, Bad Boys TV, coming to you live, 2022 BCA World Championship. This is a good one. This is no Fargo Cap teams, so that means every player here just has to be 720 or below, or there's going to be a barn burner. Race to 13, Renegades versus what's your team name? Thanks for tuning in. This is the CSI EXPO BCA World Championship, and this is the best of the best in the teams event. So I'm stoked to be here. Thanks for tuning in. Filming this with a potato. Somebody's not stoked to be tuning in. Well, like we said, there's a lot of other streams out there. Thank you, everybody that's being positive, for tuning in. And let's have some fun here.
Badboys TV linked to YouTube also?
YouTube. So go to YouTube and badboys.tv.
Okay.
Yep.
If someone just goes badboys.tv, it'll link it into YouTube, or they have to go to YouTube first?
Go to YouTube first. Yep. Opening break there on table 2. That'll be on the right. And, what stripe do you want to shoot? I think you kind of got to start with the 12 there. 12 leads to the 11-9. Boy, at some point you got to do some work inside there. It's hard when you get pinned and you just don't know. You don't get to take the suit you'd like. Yeah, it looks like that 10 does pass the 3. That's what he's looking at now. And yeah, you kind of got a straight pull break ball that. So looking at the line there. And you really can't get as close to it as you'd like. You kind of got to stop off that 9 and go from there. Still waiting to break over there on table 1. I'm going to stick with you on table 2 until that break happens. All right, so probably 9-10. Like to leave the 11 just in case you need to do something. You don't want to leave yourself tree-topped over that 5. So just stopping off this 9 ball. Beautiful shot. And it looks like things will open up pretty well. You're hoping the 14 pushes towards the right and not towards the bottom. And you're hoping the 13 gets free of that 2 ball. Opening break there on table 1. We're kind of going to commentate one at a time, but we'll try and show you 2. Going to work primarily off this second table on the right, table 2. If you like what you're hearing, hit that like button. Share with friends and family. Anybody interested in watching live stream pool? We've been doing this for a couple weeks now, and we got a couple days left to go. So thanks for keeping me company here. And let's make it happen. And unfortunate for that ball to go. Hit that ball pure, too. Boy, at this point, you kind of got to play the 14-11 and then try and break into those balls with the 13 if you're not planning on playing safe. Hard to not want to get out there. So over here on the left, that's what's your team name. They're out of Denver, Piazzas and Felt Billiards. It's funny, I've never been to Felt, but last time I was in Denver, I wanted to go. So now I'll have a better reason. And ladies and gentlemen, we got a real treat for you here. This is the one and only Miss Stephanie Drakulik stepping in to join us here for this Diamond Division Finals. Yeah, hop on in. Yeah, that camera is pretty awesome over there. Sorry for table one. There's no great excuse for that. But like I said, joined in the booth by the one and the only Miss Stephanie Drakulik. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. Am I saying that right?
You are.
Awesome.
Nailed
Good.
It.
Hooray. How's your tournament been?
Fun.
Fun?
Yeah.
Yep. Good.
Not as many wins as I would like, but
Yeah.
you know, it's hard.
Really competitive women's event over there.
Very competitive, yeah. And there hasn't been a lot of competition at that level for most of us. So
It seems like that's really turning around too.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah, the tour is back.
A lot of young people. That's super exciting.
Yeah, two juniors and a few others. I don't know what their ages are, but they seem very young.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's incredible.
Very cool. How many people were involved in that event?
64.
64. Cool. And they're down to, is it 16 now?
I actually don't know.
Not sure.
I can check the bracket, but I don't know. The finals are tomorrow, so I'm not sure what they're trying to play down to today.
Oh, cool. Well, this is the Diamond Finals. No Fargo caps. Ramil saying hello.
Hi, buddy.
So I guess not no Fargo caps. Everybody has to be 720 or below.
Okay, so is this one of the CSI events, or?
No, this is the Diamond Division Finals for BCA.
Oh, I see.
But they did one that was 3,000 and below. That was platinum, and then Diamond was no cap except for the 720.
Got it. Cool. Okay.
Just the best 5-person team you can put together.
Do you happen to know their Fargo ranges, or does one team have an advantage or anything?
I got a lot of information, but with 10 people, it's kind of hard to look up Fargos.
Yeah.
But we definitely can if we'd like. What I've been doing so far is kind of commentating one table at a time. If one's more interesting, this camera's a little better, so I've kind of been sticking with table 2 on the right.
Okay.
And yeah, it's looking ugly. Table 1's looking like an out table. Still got to do something about that 5. Solids over here on the right, just getting to the table after rattling that break ball. So what's next for the tour for you?
So the next event is Super Billiards Expo.
Oh, yeah.
In April 21st it starts.
Michigan?
Philadelphia, yeah. I'm excited. I've been on the list for 2 years. It keeps getting postponed.
Yeah.
And it's finally happening. I think they pushed it out like 3 times.
Wow.
So, yeah, over the course of the 2 years. And finally they just called it for 2020. And yeah, I'm really excited. It's been a long time coming. I've never been to Philly. I've never been to the SBE event. So
Cool.
it's going to be exciting.
I hear the expo's amazing. I haven't been either.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about it. I've just heard it's really fun. So, and I'm just there to play pool. So
Yeah.
I'll be happy no matter what.
Yeah. So are you able to play pretty full time right now?
No.
No, not at all.
Not even close.
Oh.
No, I just moved, bought a place, and it's been a lot of work to settle and all that. Moving is stressful and time consuming, apparently. And then yeah, I work full time, more than full time. So it's tricky. I did get a table at home though. I got a 7-footer.
Cool.
So I'm at least getting some some regular ball hitting.
Yep.
Which is more than I've had in 7 years or so. So yeah, that's really good. I'm excited about that. I wish I had room for a 9-footer. I would have done that immediately, but
Yep.
7's better than 0.
What can you do? Totally.
Yeah.
It definitely is. You bought a diamond?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bought
good
it from
for you.
John Scudder.
Little Scud missile.
Yeah. Got myself a beautiful Littman light.
Yep. One of our sponsors there, Mike Littman.
Yeah, his lights are okay, I guess.
I guess.
No, it's amazing. I've had a few people. Liz Cole came over and we played some, and
Cool.
haven't had too many people over yet because we're, like I said, we're still settling in. But
How's Liz's tournament gone?
I haven't talked to her.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched a few of her matches. She got knocked out last night. I don't know any details, but yeah, she looked like she was shooting really solid. So I don't know. It's a tough event.
Yeah.
And I don't think I know she was training a bit recently, but I don't think she played a whole lot over the last couple of years. And it's hard. It's hard when you don't have a table at home to stay in stroke.
Oh,
and
totally.
Even if you do, it's not quite the same as getting out there and competing and putting yourself under that grind.
Yeah, that's the truth. Yep, there's nothing like competition. All right, well, it looked like that was Mike over for Renegades, almost able to take down rack 1. And ball in hand over here on table 2. Yeah, the stripes have been kind of in a muddy little mess there. Do you try to break this out?
You're looking at table 1 or
yeah,
table 2?
Table 2, sorry,
table 2.
on the right.
So he's stripes and he's table 2.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's stripes. Maybe I should wait to go too in depth with it.
Yeah, that's a tricky breakout.
Yeah, to get anything out of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty aggressive, but I think that the two options I'm seeing I don't like because it's too risky and you leave yourself with only one ball. So
Well, it's a good thing it looks like maybe it's solids.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I think you might be lining up that 2 ball. And in that case, I like that as a starting point. 2 to the 4, 4 to the 1, probably.
Yeah, I can't tell if he's trying to leave himself for the 4 or the 1, or neither. Oh, so does the 1 go on the side?
No, maybe it was to the 3, and then come around for the 4 in the side pocket there.
Okay, so the 1 clears in the bottom right-hand corner.
I believe so.
Okay,
yeah.
that changes things. I didn't think it did.
It's hard to tell on these monitors. It really is. Maybe trying to make contact with it. You guys are asking where things are played at. We're here at the Rio in Las Vegas, Nevada. Just a heads up, 300 tables in this casino. It's pretty wild. It's a sight to see if you've never been.
Truly is. This is my 6th or 7th time coming, and I still am in awe every time I walk in this big room for the first time.
It's pretty awesome. How'd you feel about the tables over there?
The Predator tables?
Uh-huh.
Well, I didn't play on them until after they were tweaked a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm grateful for that. That's all
Yeah.
I'll say. I like fast tables. That's what I started on. The tables at hard times were always really fast, and so I didn't really have a hard time with that so much. But they're tough. They are really tough tables to play on. The people were rattling a lot of balls that I think would have gone in on even a diamond. I'm not sure.
Really?
I think that the cut on the pockets themselves are a little different.
Interesting.
I could be completely wrong, but just based on normally in a diamond, I aim to not touch the end rail at all. And these ones, if you, what I think would go on a diamond,
The pro side.
yeah. They hit that, the I don't know how to describe it.
The
but
facing.
of the outside pocket or the outside of the pocket, and it rattles and it
Wow.
just shoots out of there. And they're kind of springy.
Hmm.
It was fun though. I mean, that's part of being a pool player. You got to adapt, and so I would never complain about equipment, but it was fun. It was really fun.
The sign of a true pro there. Not complaining about equipment because it sure is easy to do.
Yeah, I know. It just makes your life miserable if
Yeah,
you
totally.
complain about it all the time.
And everybody plays on the same equipment. So,
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, at the end of the day. Definitely not worth it. Man, I don't like to be solids here.
Yep, you're kind of a mess here.
Yeah. Let's see if there's anything you can pick up from the top. Yeesh. The safe is tough with where the 11 is. That was a smart shot for stripes.
Yeah, I think I like grazing the left side of the 1 ball
Mm-hmm.
and just trying to leave it on the rail. And do it softly so that that 13, is that 13 by the 8 ball?
I believe so, yeah.
So that doesn't become free.
Is
But
there a world where you make that 11 ball? No pocket for the 13? That 13 doesn't go in the lower right, does it?
I don't think so. I don't think the 13 has any home. Is there a world where, I'm sorry, is he shooting, is he stripes or is he solids?
He's solids. I'm saying make the 11 ball and get
Oh,
ball
I
in
see,
hand.
and get ball in hand. Yeah, I do like that move. Trying to see it. Uh-oh.
It happens so often.
Okay.
We try to, it will come back.
Yeah, I do like that move because even with ball in hand, oh, interesting, went that way. Oh, I like that.
Wow.
I like that.
That's a really nice touch shot. So blocking out the cut on the 11, keeping the 5 frozen. What's that?
He said that his name is pronounced Krug.
Krug?
Mm-hmm.
Okie doke, and not sure which one here. All right. We
All right,
got
we have a Mr. Krug down
out there. Yeah.
Somebody asked if I'm out of Sac. I'm from Sacramento originally. I
And
grew
when
up
did you
there.
leave?
I moved to Portland, Oregon in 2016, early 2016. So I do consider myself a proud Oregonian, but
Yeah.
Sacramento is my home. All my
Grew up at
family's
Hard
still-
Times, cut your teeth there.
Sure did.
Yep. Have you been back recently?
Let me think. I was there in last summer, fall time. I think I went there in September. There was a tournament. I don't remember when, but I try to go back for as much as I can. I try to, still go down to my old women's tour, the West Coast Women's Tour, and go to at least one tour stop per year.
Yep.
And just see my buddies, and my family's down there too. So I don't think I've gone down for anything not pool related. I just use it as an excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's awesome. It's a great room. Oscar's done a lot with it.
Yeah, it's incredible. It was amazing before, but going in there now, it's just you can tell when a room is owned by a pool player.
Totally.
It had that feel before, even though the former owners they didn't really play, but they worked with Oscar and Ernesto on the equipment, so they did such a good job, and it's completely spoiled me. I don't know of
Yeah.
any other pool rooms that recloth their tables and new rails as often as Hard Times.
Yep.
And they clean them every day. They clean them in between people. Like
Yeah.
when you rent the table out, they'll clean them in between.
I think that's the way to do it. We have our little room, the table stable up in Eugene, and we clean between every use, which is wonderful playing conditions, but then you come to a tournament like this and you've been
Yeah.
practicing on unrealistic equipment,
Yep. That's always the hard thing when you've got really good setups at home, because it can throw you.
But yeah, I still think it's worth maintaining in that way. And yeah, big shout out to Hard Times. Now, did you play at Jointed Q at all? I heard
I did a
Jointed
few
Q
times.
reopened.
They did reopen. Yeah, they have a new owner. I don't know. I don't remember exactly when they closed, but I think it was closed for a couple years. And it was heartbreaking because that room has it's such a unique room. So much history in there.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, they kind of kept that same vibe and feel. They still have they had these massive tournament boards in the
Yeah.
back tournament room and from the 70s, and
That's so cool.
It's like a museum going in there.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure they kept all that stuff, which is nice.
Very cool.
But yeah, there's a women's tournament there at the end of April, I think. I think I have a conflict or I'd go, but yeah. I'm excited to see it in person again.
Yeah. All right. Well, Stripe's really taking their time to figure out what to do here, and I am with them. Maybe trying to tie the 13 up to the 8 here. All right, come all the way underneath it. Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to pan out.
Jacking up a bit and pulling the cue ball down below.
Yeah.
And so that way that it's below the 1 ball and push the 5 up on the other end rail. But yeah, so much easier to say when you're sitting back here.
Right. I've been commentating with Molly all over the last couple days, and she's like, "This is going to be so good for my game." She's like, "It's so hard to not be able to shoot it, but it really forces you to just think through things."
Yeah.
And it's definitely held me accountable. I can't say that it's helped my game. I still dog, but I like to think it's helped me see things in a different way.
Yeah, definitely.
All
yeah,
right.
yeah, Mark Hang. Yep. Tony wasn't around when I was playing. I started playing about 10 years ago. But yeah, Amar was there. And when I first started playing, I played in the Sunday Open, and I drew Amar, I think, first round. And I learned one of the best lessons in pool ever. He treated me like I was Oscar. Like I think I had maybe one shot at the table, winner break format. And he just, he showed me no mercy whatsoever.
No mercy.
And it was amazing. I'm like, that's what you got to do. It's when you play a wide range of players.
Yeah.
I can get kind of sloppy or lazy or reckless.
And the pool gods will punish you for that.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah. So every time I start feeling that way, I'm like, what would Amar do? Not what you just did.
Yeah. Molly had an exciting match last night. She commentated the Platinum Finals, and Robert Frost played. And she was commentating with Mike D, and she's like, the first time I played you kind of did the same thing. I mean, I didn't see a ball. If you made a mistake, I knew I was in trouble. And she's like, it was awesome. I got torn apart, and I loved every bit of it. It was awesome. So, yeah.
Another sign of a true pool player.
Yeah. Yep, you got to savor your losses as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're not learning from those, you're going to get in trouble. All right, big break over there. This is what's your team name break in this first round here. Oops. And Renegades, I think, took down those first two games. I kind of missed the first one. I saw the shot and then didn't realize who it was, but I don't think it was a white shirt. It looked like a red shirt to me. James, thank you. Yeah, it's been a good tournament. The run has come to an end. 17th through 24th in teams made us happy. We just kind of threw a team together fairly last minute. I didn't actually know if I was going to be able to play this time, so I was the 5th member that turned to the 6th member, and I was able to play. So, yeah, there were a bunch of people on there. I'll tell you more about it some other time. I'm going to try and focus on these guys and not me. But we'll see you in Lincoln City real soon, James. So no Lincoln City for you because you're going to be at the Super Billiards Expo.
Correct, yeah.
Wow. Well, that's too bad.
Yeah, I think it's the first year I've missed it since living in Portland.
Yeah.
I'll miss it. I actually had a trip booked. I was ready to go. I was going to play doubles. And yeah.
Who were you going to play with?
Tyrell.
Yep.
Yeah, we've tried in the elite. We are the underdogs in that division, but we've done pretty well, and we play well together. It's such a I don't know. The chemistry in Scotch doubles has to be pretty
really
spot
important.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tanner says 1-1. I should go check the sheet just to make sure. I thought it was what's your team name, but then I saw the shirt and I thought it was a dark colored shirt. I will check here in a minute. Thank you for the heads up, Tanner. All right, I'm going to go do that. You can take her away for a minute here. I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
Okay. Maybe I'm just going to trust you guys, and then if I'm wrong, we'll suffer the consequences. All right, 1-1. What events are you playing in Super Billiards Expo? Is it just the women's event? Or are you able to play a few? Got it.
Just the WPBA. Yeah, WPBA has kind of a stipulation where if you are a playing member, you can't play other women's events.
Oh, really?
If they are at the same time as a WPBA event.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a non-compete clause?
Kinda, yeah.
Got it.
Which makes it a little tricky. So even if I hadn't gone to SBE, I wouldn't have been able to play it at the Coast because
it's the same time.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep.
I guess I understand that. And are there 64 women involved, or just 64 people can participate per event?
This event, I think they were talking about increasing the size.
Oh, cool.
Based on, I don't know. I can't remember the details, but I know I heard something about that, and they're considering doing that for the Ashton Twins Classic, which is the following tournament. or events. So yeah, I think the majority of them, if they're just like straight up WPBA events, they're 64 players. If they're these collaboration ones, where like Ashton Twins and the SBE, then there's a little more. I could be completely wrong, but it seems like they have some more flexibility and can increase based on demand.
That's cool. Well, this is looking like shaping up to be a break and run here for what's your team name?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice shot there. Staying at the right side of that table, leaving a good cut on the 8. What's your team name breaking this full first round here, and then Renegades will break the second round. If it goes to a 5th, they alternate breaks. This team format's fun. Do you like playing teams?
I do. I really like playing teams.
Perfect time for that to cut out.
Nice.
Nice. There we go. What's your team name making it 2-1? So how many wins, how many losses for this event? Is it a double elimination, or you guys are playing? It is.
Yeah, double elimination. I went 2-0.
Okay.
I actually got completely barbecued my first match by Caroline Powell. Yeah, she got me 4-0 both sets, and I had a few people like come up to me and say nice things like the score didn't reflect. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
The score is the score. It's fine. But yeah, no, it's I definitely did not play as consistently as I would have liked, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Can't beat myself up over it, and I fought really hard, so I'm proud of that.
Yeah, well, good for you. All right, it looks like it was Larry taking down that out, the break and run there. This is...
So I played the Reno Open a couple times. I don't think it was at the Sands. I think it was at the Grand Resort Casino. In 2014 and 2015 is when I played, before they moved to the Bar Table Championships. I think they moved it to Vegas. Yeah,
I'm so bummed I never made any of those events.
Oh, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
That's where, you know, I played there. Like I said, so I started competing in 2012, and I went to Vegas for the first time in 2013. And I still didn't know people very well. Like I'm also really terrible at asking, like, what's your name and where are you from?
Yep. Those are big ones.
Yeah, I just don't. I'm just like so focused on pool, and I'm not good at socializing. But I went to the Reno Bar Table Championships for the first time, and that's where I saw Cindy Sleva play for the first time. And I, again, didn't ask her name. I knew her name, just, you know, I was in the same tournament.
Didn't introduce yourself.
Did not introduce myself. I played against Brittany Bryant there, and I'm trying to remember who else I saw. But yeah, between Vegas my first year and the Bar Table Championships, I ran into, played against, or played next to some of the best players in the Northwest, and it was, and I had no idea that I would eventually be neighbors, basically, you know.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. That's what I love about pool. You know, I run into people all over the country, and sometimes I remember to ask where you're from, and I'll remember. But
yeah.
But you come to Vegas, and we're all just from Vegas for the week.
It's interesting what different lives we lead, but the common thread, there's always commonality between pool players. And
yeah, we're just a big weird family.
Yep. Oh man, that was such a nice shot. I was worried about that 6-ball coming back and hitting it.
That was great. That was a nice touch.
Indeed. So 3-1.
So what's next for Bad Boys?
After breaking down this event, these tables head to Lincoln City. They're actually there for the APA event, and then there's like 4 or 5 dead days where there's 72 tables sitting in Lincoln City, Oregon, not being used between APA and BCA, which is wild. I was like, I can throw together an open. I'm like, no, you got enough going on. So then we'll be out in Lincoln City the end of April. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I only get to play one event. We are streaming this time, so we'll be there doing the streaming. And it'll be a lot more work and a lot less pool. It's been a lot of pool this time for me, which is
not a bad thing.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I love it.
Yes, the Rakin girls were absolutely dominating. My first year playing, I chickened out to play on the West Coast Women's Tour. at hard times. I just sat and watched, and that was the first time I saw or met the Rakins. Michelle and Mary both were there, and then Eleanor and Emmeline Collado were there, and I was just starstruck. Even though I didn't know who they were, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is what pool can be. Okay, I want to do that.
What a shot! When did you realize I should be playing this, not just sitting here watching?
It was about then. I talked to Michelle outside that day, and I don't remember exactly what she said, but basically forced me to promise that I would play in the next event, which I did.
Yep.
Yeah. So it was just one of those imposter syndrome things where I'm like, I'm not good enough. I haven't been doing this long enough, and I was nervous. I hear a lot of people say that, and so I just said, screw it, I'm gonna try, and I went to the next event, and it was June of 2012.
And even when people are right, even when it's true, like maybe they don't have any business playing in that league, they're still making leaps for their game doing it.
Absolutely. And it takes a lot of bravery to do that. And,
Totally.
And sometimes you'll get embarrassed or humiliated.
I still do.
Murdered. But it's seasoning, and you need that.
Yeah.
You need to harden yourself, and every time you do it, it gets a little easier. And that's what I did. I just kind of tortured myself by getting humbled over and over until one day I just kind of didn't care anymore, and I didn't get nervous, and I was able to hang.
That's so awesome. I'm sure you still have your moments where you get that. Do you get the butterflies?
I did this event for the first time in a long time.
And do you think it was just a lack of competition for a while?
Absolutely, yeah. I because I'm a big preparer. I take things seriously, and I try to take care of myself and do what I need to do to show up and play my best, and I just didn't have the time with moving and everything, so I just felt like, at one point I'm like, well, I'm here, I'm going to do my best, and sometimes, I think we all can relate to those moments where you try to prepare as best you can and you work really hard, and then it still doesn't turn out the way you wanted it to.
Yeah.
So I just tried to snap out of it and go, just have fun and take it in and enjoy playing against who, like when I first wanted to start competing at a serious level, it was my dream to join the WPBA and play in a tournament alongside Jasmine Ocean, and I got to do that today.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
My dream came true. I don't really care about what the scores were at this point. I got to check a very big goal off my list.
That's so cool. Well, good for you. We look forward to much more of it also. I've been a fan of yours for a long time. You said you moved in 2016, and I was like, I must have met you right when you moved here. I had no idea you were new to the area.
Yeah, I think we met at the coast. Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, this bag, I lost it, and Joel saw the panic in my eyes and came over, and he wandered the casino with me and found it, and I'll never forget that kindness. Yeah, I think I met you that same night.
Yeah, Joel's a really sweet man. Well, meanwhile, on table 2 here, combo after kick. I mean, he just kicked that ball in. It was beautiful. Very unlucky scratch there for solids. If you can't tell, I haven't gotten to catch up with Stephanie for quite a while. It's hard to commentate 2 tables also, so we will be doing some talking, but we'll also... No, it's awesome. I love talking with you, and I know people are interested also. Yeah, going back and forth on tables can be more distracting than just letting people watch sometimes. Yeah, tough out there for solids. Stripes on table 2 here are not looking at an easy table either. That 14 ball is a problem. Where do you like to start here?
So he's
stripes,
and he's sitting right there. I can't tell, the angle. It looks like he might be able to just...
And he has ball in hand.
Oh, he's got ball in hand.
Yeah. Start with the 10, break the 14 out.
Can he shoot that 10 in the corner?
I think he can. I don't.
If he can, then yeah, but he's not looking at it. It doesn't look like he's considering it. If he can't, I would shoot the 9 in the corner and just go over and try to nudge off the 10 into the 14.
You still got the 13 there for a backup ball.
Yeah. Because that 14's a problem. No one really likes to shoot those shots, so that's what I would do.
Yeah. And that's what he looks like he's doing. Yeah, it is closer than I thought over there.
Yeah, I think I like going at it the other way. I like going at the corner.
I do too. I don't like...
Because of that right there. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
I don't like it because I risk being stuck behind that one ball and not having anything to shoot.
Yeah, he might still have the angle to use him inside and come down after shooting that 9 and try to plow into him. But
Yeah, tricky.
But he might opt to play safe here. I'm not sure.
Man, not a lot of fun safe options either. That 7, kind of in the middle of the table there. I'd love to be able to play safe off that 14 ball and just get it moving, but it seems like you're going to sell something.
Yeah, it looks like he's going inside.
Going to try the high
He's
inside.
gonna try that, yeah.
You just kill your speed so much with that high.
Oh,
there you go.
Oh, okay.
So leaving the 12.
All right.
I like that shot.
It's
What
do
I
or
don't
die
like
now.
about it is that 14 is right on top of that pocket, and I just feel like my
It's
breakout.
huge for scratch here too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but got to swing at it at some point.
I mean, best case scenario, he's going to hit the 10 only and swing around, and hopefully he'll have a shot. But this is danger. Ooh, yeah, that's.
And knocking the 1 by that pocket, that's going to make it a lot more difficult to play safe.
Yeah.
You mentioned kind of trying to draw under that ball earlier. I think that's kind of one of your only options here is to try and get, I mean, somewhere around there. You could try and free, yeah, even on the 8 ball, that one's going to be an option.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the banks, or he could easily bank this back too if he. The next guy could bank that 1 ball, but
Yeah.
yeah, you know, I don't know. I kind of like maybe going a little wild and kind of blasting at the 10 to try to send the cue ball up to the end rail and sending the balls down, and you might get lucky and end up hitting the 1 ball.
So you're saying try and cue ball like double up the 7-1?
Yeah, cause I don't see any other place to play safe. You could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you had ball in hand, you could put that cue ball anywhere on the table and try to play safe. There's really only one spot, like locked up on the 8.
Yeah.
And so at this point, it's do or die. I would just kind of swing at it. Oh, wow.
Played that bank. Holy cow.
That was.
Well, you got.
I like the aggression. Yeah,
Totally. Take
yeah.
a swing at it.
Yeah.
Got our nice little OB flash, one of our sponsors there, OB Custom Cues. All right, I believe that was Mike that took that swing at it, and we are back to the Renegades coming up on table 2. So what's your team name on table 1 here? Kind of got to get under that 15 or do something with it. Ooh. Oh, banking that just a little bit wide. Nice try for it, and that was pretty do or die. Nice open pattern here on table 1. And what's your team name? Pretty dead straight here. All right, looking like the 8 in the side. All right, what's your team name? Making it 4-1. I think I am going to run check this score just to make sure. I'll be right back.
All right.
Like we said, the score 3-2 here. What's your team name with a little lead? I think I was right. I think I was right earlier on when it was 2-0.
Yeah.
But maybe not. Tony, thank you for your help. I apologize for that.
Do you know where these teams are from?
We know a little bit about them. What's your team name is out of Canada.
Canada.
Gonna check that out a little bit. The other guys are out of Colorado.
Ontario, Canada. Cool.
Yeah. And yeah, they want to give the Colorado guys are from Denver, Piazzas and Felt Billiards, and they want to give a big shout out to Bear Down Billiards Apparel and Piazzas. Chisholm Woodson, the owner over there, and one of the players, I believe the team captain.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. So on this is the your team name?
No, that's
Renegades?
the Renegades. Yep. Then player descriptions on the back.
Oh,
I
right
also
there.
have people do it when it
Renegades.
comes down to it, but it's tough to, like we said, keep track of a couple tables.
Yeah. Okay, so Renegades are the black and red shirts.
Yeah. Oh man, tried to push through that ball and got himself in trouble. We're gonna see a jump shot.
Nothing like some drama of an 8-ball jump.
Right.
So it looks like on the Renegades, Vince and Tim were first place and second place platinum division. That's pretty cool.
Wow. Yeah, that's
so
exciting.
they've been here a time or two?
Yep. Been in some pressure situations. I wonder if that was platinum 8-ball?
I don't know. I didn't
I don't
say.
know either, because we watched the platinum last night of the 10-ball. Or no, that was the CSI. CSI 10-ball.
And then Randy and Joanne were third place Scotch doubles in the silver division.
Wow. So some strong players here.
They know how to win.
All right, here we go on this jump shot. Oh, man.
Oh, that's a bummer.
No kidding. You saw the ease that he got over that ball. That's, man, equipment has come such a long ways. Are you a big jumper?
I do jump.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I'd call myself a big jumper, but
What do you jump with?
I have the Predator Air 2.
Uh-huh.
It's my first and only jump cue.
Yep. Nice.
Yeah.
Stick with what works, right?
Yeah, I've tried a bunch of others, and but I just, because it's the only cue I've ever had, I know it so well and I know what I can do with it, so I just...
Yeah. Yeah, the limitations are important, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
What's your team name? Taking that one down, going to 4-2.
I tried, the Bigglebox had a Propel when they first came out, and I tried it, and I launched the cue ball like 20 feet.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, got it. That's,
Got it. I know. They fly. It's wild.
Yeah, I would be afraid. It's like driving a Ferrari in a suburban neighborhood. I think I would kill some children or something.
Killing children with that jump cue. Yeah,
That's my
they are.
endorsement.
They are crazy.
Yeah, they're nuts. I'm sure. I don't practice jumping at home, and to be honest, I don't practice jumping much at all. But one of these days, I'd love to try some others. And like I hit some with the new Predator Rush Air.
Yep.
Is that what it's called? Yeah, and that was a beast too.
They're pretty sweet. I didn't like the jump break, but the Air Rush is nice.
And I just tried in the Tiger booth. I tried. Actually, don't know the name of it, but it was a jump break 3-piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I jumped. I drilled the first few I tried.
Wow.
And I had a few whiskeys at that point, so I was like, that's pretty strong.
That's saying something.
Pretty strong. Yeah, I've tried a Gigi Callejas has the the ice. No, I can't remember the product names, but she's sponsored by Tiger and has one of their jump cues or break cues, and it has that orange tip on it.
Totally.
I don't know the name of it, but man, that thing is.
It's pretty wild.
It grips.
You just
so
get out of the
well.
way and it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
All right, ball in hand over here on table 2, and yeah, looking like no real problems here. Where do you like to start on table 2? I like what he was thinking about the 10.
So this is off the break?
I think this is ball in hand off the break. Yeah.
Okay. Generally I like to go for the suit with more balls.
I do too. Unless you have a weird cluster.
Yeah, or a really just simple layout, which he kind of does. The only thing I worry about is what he's going to use as the key ball to get on the 8, because there's so many balls there. He has to be careful, but I don't think he'll have any problems.
I would have liked to have left myself a little more of an angle and maybe get out of the way of the 8 for cueing.
Yeah.
You guys are asking if there's no cap in this division. What I've been told is that Diamond had no cap. I believe it was 3,000 or 3,250 for Platinum. And, yeah, no cap here. Aside from the 720 and below.
Wow, he's putting a bunch of outside on this.
Yeah.
That's risky.
Interesting waggle stroke.
Ah, that's really risky. I'm
Yeah.
not sure why he was doing that.
Yeah, it didn't seem
I don't
necessary.
know why, yeah, I don't know why it was
It
necessary.
seemed like you could just draw to the rail and come back out. Hard to say. Like you said, when we're up here, we can't miss a ball. And Solid's in a pretty good position, assuming that 3-ball goes.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. I can't quite tell. If he can make the 3, yeah, I don't see any.
Typically, the rule is if it looks close, it probably goes. Yeah, I think you can see the outside of that ball.
All right, so I'll bump the 8 and have the 7 probably next.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to
Just make sure you're knocking the 8 to
stay in line here because it can get real tricky with all the balls right there. Oh, wow.
Man, that's a
bummer.
Yeah, that's a hard miss. And lining up a perfect breakout off this 13. So 13 probably going to go into that 6-14, but got to leave yourself a shot off there too. I like that thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, without knowing how to kick the ball, just jumping into jumping, I mean, you're not going to be able to do a lot of things that are really important on the table. I see a bunch of people playing billiards here, man. There's more billiards tables than I've ever seen, and a bunch of young people over playing billiards, and I really think that will teach you so much about your game. Have you played much 3-cushion?
I've not. Hard Times has one now, but they got it after I moved away. I've actually, sadly, never hit on a 3-cushion billiards table.
Really?
Yeah.
Never?
Never.
I can't believe
it.
it.
I may be lying. I think I might have hit because Cue Ball in Salem
Cue-ball,
has one,
yep,
right?
they do.
I might have messed around on that a little bit when I was there a few years ago, but not enough to really feel anything.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Definitely take some time. Well, Greg, if it's listed that way, then you're probably right. I did ask before this event, but I could have gotten false information, so I apologize if I did. Stripes playing the breakout there, and like we were talking about, not really leaving another shot. So breaking that ball free, but it may work against him in the long run. Big swing over there on table 1. Man, if you're Stripes here, you kind of got to just kick that 10. I mean, ideally, I'd like to kick this 10 ball towards the corner pocket and leave everything blocked here. Hopefully not a cut on the 2 ball.
Yeah, definitely swing wide.
Yeah. He's looking at going this way, and I have a harder time getting this hit.
Is it going 2 rails, I think? No. Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's not good.
No.
It was a great hit. But
Yeah. Drills the ball.
wanted to make
Unfortunately, nothing doing.
Did he call this? Is he still shooting?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
incredible
I think in that
kick
case,
there.
I would have just called safe.
Yeah.
Just in case it went. Yeah, because I don't see how he can possibly not blast out these other balls going for this. I might just try to make the solids a little messier here and give him ball in hand.
You kind of have that spot like right, I don't know, around the center of the foot of the table, and if you can block the 2 ball, it looks like nothing goes from there. I mean, the 6-4-7 might go off the 3.
I'm just realizing he can actually see that 14. Huh, he can graze it? Oh, okay.
I think if you can graze it and kind of get the 14 close to the 2, you might be able to block that. But it's going to leave a really easy return safe.
Yeah, he's in trouble.
Absolutely. So how many events a year will you be playing with the WPBA?
I'm currently committed to play three more.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, math.
So you have to make commitments to a number of events, and
this is just my personal commitment.
Okay,
I've been
got it.
invited to 3 of those 4, this one included. And I'm hoping that I'll have enough points to get an invite to the 4th of those. Because right now I'm in the top 64 on the WPBA rankings. So I feel pretty good about my odds of getting an invite.
Yeah.
But
And that's the top 64 in the world.
well, you know, it's it's who's been playing, who's
Yeah,
played
who's
in
been
the
playing the
WPBA.
events. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah.
And obviously I'm not talking Fargo, and I'm not,
Yeah.
but with the people involved in the system.
Yeah, I think I was 57th after my Ashton twins in 2020, January 2020. And that bumped me up quite a bit because I got in the top 16 for that, and it was a full points event, so I got a good amount of points for that.
Awesome.
Which was really cool. Yeah, it was nice to see my name that high up on the list.
Yeah, I'll bet. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, I was one below Jeanette Lee. I was
Wow.
like, that's good company. Feel good about that.
All right, I like this shot. If you can kick this 14 and end up resting on the 6, he might be kicking to make it off the 3.
Ooh,
Wow. Well, who was just bringing up kicking before you jumped? That's some strong kicking. Unfortunately, kind of opening up that rack for solids here. And that brings the Renegades back to the table. What part of town did you guys move to?
We're still in Portland, downtown.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. That's a can of worms right now. Downtown Portland is.
It's much better. It's gotten a lot better.
Has it?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It's starting to feel like Portland again.
Nice.
New
Yay.
businesses opening. Restaurants are thriving.
Good.
The mask mandate went away March
Yep.
12th. So, Portland has been more conservative with it, with the masks and stuff.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think they're officially starting April 1st, that's today, allowing people to go inside restaurants without any restrictions of any kind. So
Yay.
we'll see how that goes, but I think it's a good thing for the businesses, and
Yeah.
hopefully it'll just continue trending in a positive way.
Yep, I sure hope so. Mike, yep, what's your team name is from Denver? Again, they're out of Piazzas and Felt Billiards. Does that 2 pass the 14? What do you think?
Yes, I think it does.
Definitely does.
It also, can you just go in the corner now? Stop shot?
Yeah, you definitely could.
Oh, that looks a little steeper on, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you
Does
can.
the 5 go in the corner, or does it only go on the side?
I think it only goes on the side here, and you're kind of going the wrong way. I guess you can wrap
Yeah.
around 3 rails here.
Yeah, I think I liked going for that 2 first.
Yeah, I like that also. Yeah, you'd like to be on this side of it so you can take the 5 in the side, 3 in the upper right-hand corner.
Yeah.
Well, what's Tyrell going to do not being able to play with you?
He's just not going to play.
Oh.
I made the joke that he can't replace me, and he agreed. He's just not going to go at all. Why bother?
Oh, he's not going to go, or he's just not going to play Scotch?
I think he said he had a bit of a work issue.
Conflict. Got it.
Yeah, he wouldn't be able to go for the other events, and
Oh.
me playing with him was an excuse to go for Scotch, and yeah, so I think he's just kind of stuck with not working, or with not playing this time.
Well,
I told him I was
won't be the
totally
same
fine
tournament.
with getting another partner, and my feelings would not be hurt whatsoever, but
Oh. A generous Scotch partner. Hard to come by.
I try to be.
It does look like some high inside might get you there here on table 2. Yeah, I mean, that's about as good as you can do with that and end up leaving yourself. Is there a cut on the 3? Yeah, I mean, it looks like it probably goes.
Yeah, I think I would go for that and come
Over and back?
across twice. Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of have to go probably right side rail twice.
Mm-hmm.
Because you want to be coming back out of it as opposed to going into it.
Yeah, because if you baby this and you miss it, it's a guaranteed sellout. I think if you go for the coming back twice, you
Got a lot
probably
better
will make
chances of
it.
pocketing the ball.
Yeah, and I think you might have a better outcome with the cue ball.
Yeah, that's what I mean about that second right rail. You want to be catching it coming out. You just got so much more margin for error on the other side there.
Yeah, I wanted to hit it with more pace and
Yeah.
keep it closer to the center.
But made the shot, leaving a pretty tricky back cut here. Or I guess you don't have to back cut. Do you play to the lower left?
No, I cut this in the side and so swing the cue ball around. I think the shape is more natural to get back down for the 8-ball.
Mm-hmm. So you're planning to play to the left side rail.
Yeah, pocket it here and have the cue ball swing around like this.
Left side rail, foot rail,
Yeah,
right side rail. Yeah, I like that. I think I would be doing the same thing. Meanwhile, what's your team name? Looking like they're about to get out here on table 1. Nice shot. That is Larry Romero there.
I'll take that 8-ball position all day, every day.
Yeah. What's your team name? Getting to 5. All right, it looks like going to that lower left.
Well, he made the 8-ball trickier.
Yeah, indeed.
That worked out.
Playing this 14, do you try to play inside to come back down, or do you wrap around 2 rails? No matter what, I mean, you got a pretty small window there to leave yourself good.
I think I go in with inside and come up straight back up.
Inside, yeah.
Yeah, inside.
Beardy, you're totally
inside,
right.
though.
We do need that technology. Sorry, what'd you say?
I like using inside.
I do too. I cut more confidently with inside, and I feel like I control my speed off rails a little bit better.
Yeah, same. And at this point, like even if he comes up too short, he still has a shot.
Still got a shot, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty dead center in the pocket. So yeah, you're not looking at the scratch here unless you're hitting. It's pretty tough to scratch. But you don't need a lot of inside either. What are they going to do here? This is Tony Piazza. He's the owner of Piazza's Pool Hall. Or no, I'm sorry, I'm a liar. It's not. This is Chisholm. Chisholm Woodson. I apologize, guys. Yeah, I'm kind of eyeing that up.
He's taking his time. This is a big game.
Yeah, it is. They all are. Man, the swings and teams is so wild.
Yeah, it's amazing how quickly things can shift.
Yep. I got broken, ran on my first rack, and then I broke dry, and they ran out. So, yeah, I mean, I sat for 3. It wasn't until the end of the 3rd round, and I had 1 break. That was pretty painful. Rough dry break. We played a good team. I believe this is Palm over here on table 2 from What's Your Team Name? Looks like he's going outside here. I don't like that because you're either drawing off the ball, which is going to speed it up off the rail.
And coming in the angle, if you come, I mean, yeah. Oh. Interesting.
I think he might have thought that he could just float up and back.
Yeah. Yeah, that outside was danger.
Yeah. Man, at this point, you're kind of just taking that bank. I think it goes by. You can definitely play safe on top of the 5, but you're going to get locked down afterwards.
Yeah, I might just drift. If he doesn't like the bank, just drifting, how do you describe, like kind of coming straight into the 8 and locking up on the 5.
Yeah, I was looking at that and playing on top of the 5.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I think just then playing off the 5 back into the backside of it is so easy from there. Well, not from where it's at. Let's see. Yeah, that worked out pretty well. It does look like you could play some inside off the top of the 5, off the right side rail, and then underneath it. But that's, I mean, controlling 2 moving balls. That's pretty tough.
Yeah. I kind
You
of
could also knock the 5 at the upper right-hand corner pocket and come around the backside.
Yeah, I was thinking also you could use outside, graze the left side of the 5, and bring the cue ball around 3 rails and leave it down on the end. And then if you hit it thin enough, hit the 5 thin enough, it'll still block that pocket and only leave a bank. But it depends on how these guys. I mean.
Oh, you're saying come off the left side of the 5.
Yeah, left side of the 5 and swing around.
Yep. I like that shot. You're leaving a bank.
You're leaving a bank.
You're kind of going to leave a bank one way or the other here.
Yeah, and it's, I don't know, a lot of people are strong bankers on these diamonds.
Yep. Yeah, especially the 7-footers.
But I would rather leave distance even on a 7-footer versus potentially selling out here.
Oh, yeah. A little easier for what's your team name to swing freely here. Renegades down 5-2. Yeah, but like you said, those swings happen quick, and you don't want to let anything get away from you. Looks like Palm making pretty short work of this rack here. It looks like he's looking at your shot. Those separation safes are hard for me. Just that really thin hit traveling that far. It's hard for me to not overhit. We got to barely hit that ball. Does the 5 run a risk of making it? No, probably not. I'd have to hit that real thin, like backwards thin. So what do you like to do to practice? You said preparation's a big part of your game.
Well, I have a coach.
Robin?
Robin Dreyer, yes. And so I tend to, I don't tend to, I always prepare with him. There's usually specific things I want to work on. In most of the events I play on are 9-footers, so I try to focus a lot on position.
Yep.
And safeties. He's really helped me. Oh, what a very aggressive. I like that a lot. That was great.
Right?
That worked out.
Almost made the ball and still keeps the pocket blocked.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah, that was a great shot. But yeah, I'm a drill fan. It just depends on the drills, and Robin's got such great drills that I do anything he tells me to, essentially.
Yep.
Which makes it easier. I don't have to think so much about what to do and what to work on, but
well, his prowess as an Oregon coach is pretty undeniable. I mean, everyone he's worked with.
And not just Oregon. The pandemic kind of forced him into changing his how he operates. He's doing a lot of remote coaching, and he's got students all over the world now. It's really, really cool. He had some in. He has two, I think, in. I want to say South Africa.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. He tells me about these students. I'm like, it's incredible.
How long have you been working with him?
Let me think. I called him up after a really big loss. What was the event? What was the loss? Let me think. I want to say it was mid 2018. I
What
called
a
him up.
shot there for Palm. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so going on 4 years.
Wow. That's awesome. What's your team name? 6-2? Yeah, I mean, just through talking with Cliff and just all that whole crew of people that, I mean, I really saw huge, huge leaps in their game.
Yeah. If you that's the thing about Robin is he works with you with what you your style, your natural style. He doesn't force anything on you, and he's been coaching it longer than I've been alive.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
it's incredible. Like he can spot issues immediately. He's so smart with the game itself. He was such an accomplished player that I can't speak highly enough about him. And you look at the students in the Portland area that spent a lot of time with him, and
Yeah.
they're so solid. They just they don't do reckless things. But they're
Yep.
still aggressive. Like he wants you to be aggressive and have that.
Yeah, take your
fighter.
shot.
Yeah.
Man, you might have convinced me. I've wanted to work with him for a while, and I thought about doing it during the pandemic. We actually have the projector set up at our shop.
You have his projector system at the shop?
So somebody has his system, and it's set up. It's not perfectly set up, so we have to
okay.
reinstall it. And I haven't paid him for the system, and I wouldn't feel really good about utilizing all those resources. I want to check it out, but I want to make sure that Robin gets paid. He deserves.
Yeah, he does deserve that. That's very kind of you. Oh.
Wow. Oh, man.
Wow.
Trying to get that. Oh, excellent effort
Brutal.
there, man. And that was really just do or die.
Yeah, I mean,
Nothing you can do
if you
about
really
that.
do, let me know and I'll talk to him because it's mostly referrals, and he loves me. I'm his favorite student.
Aw.
I'm just saying that, but no, I've referred quite a few people to him, and I think he values my opinion. So I'll say some nice things about you, and
Oh, that's awesome.
you'll have.
Well, you don't need to lie.
I have nothing to say, nothing bad to say about you
Oh, good.
ever.
Yeah. One of the reasons that I believe I need a coach is that lack of discipline, and is that you said the word, it's reckless, and I definitely get myself in more trouble than I need to, and
Yeah.
I don't doubt my playing ability, but my decision making and execution could use a lot of work. Pattern play in 8-ball is such a big deal, and
Yeah, his pattern play coaching is amazing. If you're able to get there and work with him at his house, I really do think that's the best way still. It's just the quickest, most efficient way. And yeah, gosh, I've been with him. I don't ever want to stop. I want to work with him forever, really, because I'll never run out of things to work on. And the reason I chose to get a coach for the first time was because I work full time. I don't have it speeds it up. I don't have to I don't have to learn the same lessons over and over the hard way. I can just I take notes. I have a journal when I play. I know exactly what went wrong. I go back with him and talk about it.
And you're talking in matches.
Yeah.
Awesome. Are you somebody who likes to go back and watch your matches?
Oh, 1,000%, yes.
Cool.
When I first started competing, I froze under the pressure every time I was on the streams, and I got lucky one tournament where I ended up being on the stream about 4 or 5 matches in a row, and I won my first match of the streaming day, and it was a struggle, but the rest of them, it was like trial by fire. Like I really I jumped off the deep end, and ever since then it doesn't bother me anymore. But no, I love it. It's the best, quickest way. And then I'll just send the links to Robin and be like, hey, watch minute 3. Look what I did.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, I think that's, I learned, well, I can't say I learned this lesson first, but I relearned a lesson that I feel like will stick with me playing Christina Tkach at Derby City. And she pushed out to a shot. I've told this story before, so if you're sick of it, I apologize. But she pushed out to a shot that is probably, an 80% shot for her, and it's probably a 25% shot for me, and I'm staring at it, and oftentimes I'd give it back just saying, I hope she doesn't get out, but I'm there at Derby. I'm there, and that was my shot. I didn't, even if I miss it, I want to go down missing that shot as opposed to giving it back. And,
yeah.
And I made the ball, and it felt great, and even if I would have missed it, I'm glad I took my shot.
Yeah, you got to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing about Robin. That's my style. Like, I'm a pretty aggressive player in general, but he, kind of reinforces that. He never wants me to. He basically wants me to hit every single ball as if I am 100% confident I'm going to make it.
Yeah.
And that's part of. Bye. It was nice talking to you. Do you know who the ADE person is?
I'm not sure. But yeah, thank you, Aid, for tuning in. Appreciate you also. Yeah, I'm terrible with all the different names.
Yeah, unless they're a literal name.
Yeah, that helps.
I'm talking about my coach, Robin Dreyer, out of the Portland, Oregon area.
Yep, Robin is a big deal. That was one of the reasons that I didn't work with him during the pandemic. Is I was like, I really want to do this in person, but
Yeah.
if I would have known how much time we were actually going to have, I would have loved to have done that. Been a great use of time. Nice little safe there by what's yo team name. There's not enough room for the whole name there, so that's why it's the YO. You said 2018, so 4 years you've been working with him.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe it was sometime. I know it was after the Fargument match that I played, and
Who'd you play in that?
I played Tyrell.
Tyrell.
Yeah, we did It was the first double header, so it was me against Tyrell, and then Liz Cole versus Ben Merton.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that was one of the. I mean, I did win the match. It was close though. But there were things that happened in that match that I wanted to fix. Oh, and then it was after that I did the first Northwest Cup.
Oh yeah.
And so I definitely called him after that. Yeah, but yeah, he had a lot of footage of me to work on or to look at and study before we actually ever met, which was really helpful.
Yeah.
It sped it up quite a bit, and yeah, the fundamental things. The only thing he told me to change was not to have such a long stroke.
Shorten it up.
Yeah, because I'm short. I'm only 5'2", and I like to compensate by having a 20-inch extension.
Yeah.
But yeah, he cleaned that up, and it's made a huge difference for me. I'm a strong pocketer, and I got away with a little looseness there. But just cleaning that up and trying to be more precise and not let any silly tweaks and things. You can go out of line really easily when you have an extension as long as mine.
And when you're good at pocketing balls, you get away with poor shape, and you start convincing yourself, oh, it's good enough, and then
exactly.
your areas broaden.
Yep.
That's one of the things about playing 7-foot pool as opposed to 9 is your areas shrink up really, really quick.
It's true, and you get out of line so easily.
Yep. And yeah, even, I don't know, one of the things I've been trying to hold myself to is if I'm kicking into a ball and I kicked earlier and I had a long rail kick into a couple balls, and even though I knew I was going to stop on those balls, I really wanted to pick a specific point that I was trying to hit, because if I'm missing that, I'm not going to know that I missed it until I pick a specific point, and then I have to adjust based on that. And it's a process that I think a lot of players avoid. We want to not think as much about the things we're doing wrong, where until we think about those things, it's hard to do them right.
Yeah, exactly. It takes some humility, I think, to really elevate your game, because you have to admit what's not working and do the work.
Yep, that's a big one. Yep, and even the pros make mistakes. I mean, watching these guys struggle on not just on the equipment, but just with any change in condition is it can be, I don't know, heartening for a minute. You're like, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they're human
we
too.
do all make mistakes, but the ability to adjust is pretty remarkable too.
Yeah, that's one thing. The top pros, most of them are exceptional about shaking it off.
Yeah.
You either you have a big loss or you lose a game you shouldn't have lost or whatever, and rarely will you see them carry that forward.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't see a, can you believe that ball didn't go? You see a, okay, I know that ball didn't go, and next time I'm going to hit it differently because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you like playing a primarily female field as opposed to, because you've been at a level where there hasn't been a lot of female competition for quite a while, especially in the Northwest. There's
Yeah.
just a limited number of players of that ability level.
So how do I like playing against women versus?
Yeah, primarily against women as opposed to a mixed field.
So I'll play anybody, anything, any
Yeah.
day. I personally, I love playing with the women for a number of reasons, depending on the caliber. Like at WPBA, obviously, I love it because these are heroes of mine,
Yeah.
and it's just there's a different vibe, there's a different feel to women's events, and I personally like the camaraderie that comes with the women's events, and I like that. I don't know how to say this. There's just less BS with it. But yeah, no, I force myself to play in open events as much as I can because there's a lot to learn from, just the differences between how men carry themselves and how they behave and talk and all that stuff. It's all hardening. You know? I'm just putting myself under every fire I can.
I was talking to my mom, and I was talking about pool being like a rapid ego dismantling system, and it really is when, you just watch people melt down.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see some people, I don't know, just be humbled and kind of take that and then rise to meet it in a different way. And then you also see this clash of ego, and I don't know, the male team event is one where I see, and I guess it's not just male, but it's primarily male. I was watching some teams that it was just a whole lot of testosterone, a whole lot of ego going into there, and it really seems like the lower the skill level, the more that comes into play.
Definitely.
And I think a lot of that is that those players haven't really been humbled in the same way.
Yeah, because that's the other thing is, you get to a certain skill or whatever in women's pool, and you're playing against players who are the best in the country.
The best players, yeah.
And those players are the ones who, through seasoning or whatever, play like the best players. As in, like, they may not be the best. They may be, top in their area or whatever, but they model themselves after the very best in the women's pool. And so there's like this, I don't want to say cookie cutter in a bad way, but like we all kind of have the same demeanor. There's not a lot of outbursts. There's never. I never see outbursts in women's pool. And I like that. It's just, for me, my personality, it's more comfortable.
Yeah.
But because I play open events too, I try to force myself to be exposed to the loud and the.
Yeah. You have to if you want to play this game.
Yeah.
A couple big games there for Renegades. Yeah.
Yeah, that was unfortunate that he had that 8-ball and missed it.
I know, such a nice out.
Yeah.
Brutal. Well, I think that's a great analysis of the differences in those games. I'm excited to see the women's event on the TV table over here. I'm definitely going to be trying to watch some of that.
Yeah, I'm excited for them to be on the TV table tomorrow.
Do you have a player that you like to play? Yeah?
Oh, that I like to play? I'll let you finish the question.
No, answer the question you thought I was going to ask.
I thought you were
going to
ask. I really thought you were going to ask a player I like to emulate. I don't know why, but Jasmine Ocean was my.
Jasmine.
Yeah, as far as like top pros, but I had
play
some
style, demeanor. What is it?
Demeanor.
Demeanor.
Yeah. A bit of play style, but more just when I saw her play and when I first started competing, I liked her game face a lot, and I just I sat down and basically said, I don't want to be like X players. I don't want anyone to ever know what I'm thinking, and I don't want anyone to ever know if I'm upset or happy. I just want to be as calm, whether it's true or not, because I think there's a lot about just pretending and faking it. And I really truly tried hard to do that in the beginning and set up those good foundations, I guess, the fundamentals of the mental game and all that.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe it's faking it till you make it, or maybe it's just putting it out there and attempting to be something, and I think when somebody else is convinced that you're cool as a cucumber, that's
Gets in their head.
Yeah, it can be a really
Yeah.
intimidating thing. And when somebody sees you flail, I used to play the player a lot more than I think I do now, than I hope I do now. But that's one of the things that it's hard to not latch onto is when you see somebody not being able to navigate their emotional process. It can be pretty easy to manipulate.
Yeah, exactly. And there's kind of like this animalistic kill
Oh, totally.
thing that we all have, when
Yep.
we start competing, and I can smell it,
Oh, yeah.
when they're scared.
Mhm.
I'm a tiger and I want to go just,
Yeah.
rip their guts out. So yeah, it exposes things really quickly when you start showing your emotion.
You were talking about that letting up thing, and I tell you, being up 2, 3, 4-0 in a race to 5, I just get more and more on the attack because I've seen that slip away so many times, and
Yeah.
you can't let up even for a moment.
Yeah.
One of the best matches I had, one of the best players that I played in this 8-ball gold division, I ended up beating 5-0, and he was a phenomenal player. But I just was able, I got a couple rolls and was able to capitalize, and I knew that I couldn't give, any room at all, or this guy was getting out. So I felt pretty fortunate to get away.
That's really hard to do. Yeah, good job. Because I think some people are, I don't remember who I was listening to commentate recently, but they were talking about how some people are come from behind styled players and others are attack.
I'm way more comfortable with that.
With coming from behind?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, me too.
But when I feel the attack, like I said, I've just seen it slip away so many times that I want to limit that.
Yeah, it's something I'm trying. This is not really something you can train for, unfortunately, but I'm really, really trying to, if let's say it's a race to 7, allow myself to get ahead in the beginning and keep that intensity throughout the entire thing, because I sometimes will let myself, it's okay, you just started.
Yep.
you can figure it out, and then next thing you know, I'm down by 3 or 4 games, and then I get amped up, and then I'm like, okay, now I want to kill, but I want to get that kill from the start and keep it, but find a way to maintain the emotions, because it can exhaust you. To bring that fire and intensity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's
100%.
Kind of where the game face comes from too. For me, I can make my opponent think of bringing the game face, even if I'm somewhere else mentally.
Yeah.
I think it's important to.
Do you talk to Robin a lot about your mental game?
Oh yes, we spend probably as much on mental game as we do the physical.
I think that's so important.
Yeah, and that's another thing about Robin that's really great is he's trained in family counseling, and he's just a nice man. He cares about people, he cares about his students, and he gets to know them at a level that he can help them with their mental game.
Yeah.
So because he totally incorporates that just as much.
He sounds like a remarkable mentor.
Yeah, I honestly, it's an opportunity that would be wasted if you don't see him.
Yep. Well, you might have just convinced me. I make fun of Mike D a lot for being a counter. I don't know if you know counters, but Mike D doesn't allow any self-talk. He doesn't allow any.
Oh yeah.
I'm hitting great. I'm playing poor. He's done for. I'm gonna take this thing down. I'm losing. Every single time one of those thoughts comes into his mind, he starts counting, and that is. It's hard for me to understand. It's hard for me to believe, and that's how I know I'm still playing the player and playing myself, is that I can't even imagine that, because I'm so caught up in that. I have self-talk all the time, but I don't think any of it's productive. So while counting might not be my thing, I don't think that any of that stuff is actually good for me. I shouldn't be thinking, nice, got that first game, break and run, all of that stuff is just distracting from.
Oh, totally. Yeah, I talked to Mike about that one time. I went over to his house and we were playing sets, and I remember asking him a question, and his answer, I don't remember how it went, but it was something like, what do you do when you start to feel yourself get emotional or angry or whatever, you get worked up? He said, I count louder. Yeah, and I laughed. I was like, that's hilarious, because he said he just counts, and then he counts louder, like he screams it in his mind.
He counts louder and he counts faster, like that intensity.
Yeah, it matches whatever emotions he's trying to suppress. It's incredible. I
was like, okay, Mike. I was like, what do you count to? And he's like, I don't really know. And I was like, what do you mean you don't? If you do it all the time, you don't have a start over? And he's like, no. I was like, what's a high number for you? And he's like, 30s. You know, sometimes I get to the 30s, and I'm like, how? It's so hard for me to fathom that. But it is very ingrained in him, and
Yeah,
and it's something I've tried and apparently need to try harder if I want to
I've
develop.
tried it, and I forget, like mid count. I'll just start thinking about something else. And
Totally.
I felt I when I did try it, I felt like I was focusing more on remembering to count than I was aim.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's got the experience. I think it's a really great idea. I think it could work really well for some people. But
Yeah.
when I'm feeling it and I'm shooting well, my brain goes completely blank anyway. And
Yeah.
I don't have distracting thoughts at all.
Uh-huh.
They just all I'm thinking about is aiming points and tangent lines. Like that's
Yep.
it. I'm not thinking anything else.
Yep, I feel the same way. Well, man, what's your team name? Getting ready to take these two down. Johnny Cisneros, thanks for tuning in. You're asking who's doing the commentary. I'm joining the booth right now by the one and only Stephanie Drakulik. It's been wonderful having you, and my name's Boombox. I'm here with Badboys TV. This is the 2022 BCA World Championship here at the Rio in Las Vegas, Nevada. We are brought to you by Mike Littman over at Littman Lights, changing the way you see pool, Diamond Billiard Products, OB Custom Cues, John Dawson of Break and Run Trucking, and mostly all of you. So thanks for being here. And Stephanie, this has been awesome. I'm going to harass you all the time to come commentate.
Yeah, you caught me early enough in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, you sound like you've got limits. Say nope.
Well, you know, if I've had a whiskey in me, I tend not to want to get on a mic.
Oh,
Just
man.
'cause, you know, less filters and
Yeah, I understand that. Well, if I didn't commentate every time I said something stupid, you probably wouldn't get much commentary out of me. We all make mistakes, but it's a free stream here, and one of the things about the people we get in this booth is it's people that care about pool and they're passionate. So we might not always say the right thing, but we do care about what's going on. Well, there you go. Excellent out there for Chisholm Woodson. Chisholm and this whole team out of Denver, Colorado, taking an 8-5 lead. And they're breaking over here on table 2.
Do you recall what your question was going to be when I cut you off?
Oh, is there a player that you enjoy competing against the most?
Oh, that I enjoy competing against the most.
I
Interesting question.
I find myself like I rise to meet moments, and I also, my play level goes down when I'm not as engaged in the match.
Right.
So there's people that I feel like elevate my game.
Oh, I could go on all day. I consider myself really lucky to have lived in 2 areas where there's a strong woman pool player presence, and
One of those being Portland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, Liz Cole. I'm lucky that I have a beast like her to battle with,
Yeah.
and I can't wait. So I didn't mention, but I help run the Northwest Women's Pool Association tour, and yeah, once we start
Speaking of break and run trucking, John Dawson breaking the telephone behind us.
breaking it and running away twice.
Jesus. Sorry, guys. Love you. Stick to the trucking, right? John is awesome. John drives these tables all over the country. In the middle of this tournament, they're like, we need you to go to Indiana. He had to go to Indiana and back.
Oh my goodness.
And he's getting ready to take 72 of these up to Oregon right after
Wow.
this. So pretty incredible.
That's amazing.
And then he does setup. He's on the mic commentating all the time. He really has been doing
Just
it all.
All around jack of all trades guy.
Yeah. Well, the Northwest Cup, something that I know one of these teams just had a state challenge, but that's something that I really got even more interested in your game and Liz Cole's game, because you guys both rose to meet that moment. I mean, just in incredible ways.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself for that.
Yeah.
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 You never know. You don't know how you're going to perform until you're
Right.
in the moment. And
teams is hard.
teams
it's really
is hard. And you know, for me, I had especially the first year I did it, I was a little, you know, I'm not from Portland. I'm not from Oregon. how many people are going to be upset about this. So I had a little bit of that in my mind before we got into it. But once I had the jersey on and I was standing out there playing, they were my team no matter what. You know, like when you're in that moment and you're playing, I don't know, teams are just a different thing. You go to battle with these people, and it doesn't matter where you're from.
You've mentioned the imposter syndrome thing, and I think that that's something very real with pool players. And we kind of talked about like feeling like, oh, whether or not you belong. And I mean, I get that going to places like Derby, and I got to play Efren this last time. And,
oh, how cool!
And the fact is, like, if you put your money up there and you're in this tournament, you belong there. And it was, I don't know, it was interesting to see, because I could kind of tell that about you, that you felt a little maybe like an outsider in that event.
Yeah.
And it didn't carry through. It seemed like that was eliminated really early on.
Like I said, my brain goes blank when I'm in it, and nothing like the team pressure to put you in it immediately.
Yeah.
There's no, I don't know. For me, that's how I function. I just put me on the stage.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the thing I do. And
totally. I'm going to freak out until I'm there, but once I'm there.
Yeah. There's like it's the best feeling in the world. This is why I play this game, is that moment, that feeling when you're in that moment.
Yeah.
There's nothing like it.
That's really cool. Does Robin share your victories? I mean, do you talk, how many times have you talked since this event, or do you speak during tournaments?
Sometimes, not usually. I try to, I don't know, I try to be present when I'm here. So I'll be really honest. I was nervous this event, more so than I've ever been for any event, going the few days leading up to the WPBA. And this is my second time playing, and I was surprised by how nervous I was.
Yeah.
And it rattled me a little bit, and because I didn't know if it would go away.
Yeah.
Spoiler, it did. It went away, but those 2 or 3 days of agonizing of, oh my gosh, is this stuck? Am I broken? Just doubting things.
Will I ever be able to do this again?
Yeah. So I text him to see if he could have a call with me, but our timing didn't work out. But he did call me. I just couldn't answer. Yeah. So yeah, he's. I have talked to him in the middle before, but usually what I do with him before an event is, if there are certain things I'm worried about, like if I'm, like concerned with my touch, like my delicate touch shots or my banks or whatever it is, we focus just on that, and I take notes. He gives me, some I don't know, like tips or mantras to think about and just stuff like that. But he tells me what I need to hear, and I try to do my best to remember those things in the moment when I need them. And I remember when I was at the first WPBA event, I had a break in the middle of a match. I took a break because I was down and struggling a little bit. I went to the bathroom. I looked at my notes from our pep talk before that event. I just reread them a couple times, went back out and reset me. And that was a big lesson for me. It was the first time I'd done that.
Huh.
And I still, to this day, go back to those exact notes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's good. I think it's good for people to have like a centering.
Yeah. I think it might be more of a mantra, dude. I don't know if I'll ever be a counter, but I like the mantra idea.
Yeah. I think the mantras are really good. And they, mine have evolved, and I think it's natural.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think it's really good. I think you have to have some discipline to be positive.
Yep.
And remind yourself, like, from what I do is, like, preparing for this event, I went back and watched matches I was proud of. I list accomplishments out in my head. I remember matches where I was down 0-5, 0-6, raced to 7, and I won.
Yeah.
So I remind myself, like, even if I don't feel like I'm playing as well, or I'm not as in stroke as I was in those moments, that is still inside of me, and I have to remember and remind myself.
That's a great way to do it. I found myself, one of the things that I care the most about in pool is one pocket, and bar box 8-ball, when I play it like I'm playing one pocket, I play better than ever. I mean, it is a run-out game, but I'm just not as strong of a pocketer. If I get in a shooting match with people, I'm probably not going to win. But I play strategically pretty well. And there's something about one pocket. When I'm down 6 balls to nothing, I'm never like, oh, I'm out of this game. You know, one pocket set, like, doesn't matter where I'm at, I'm coming back and winning this game. And that mindset helped me in bar box 8-ball this time.
Oh, interesting.
I was like, yeah, I'm never, if I'm down 3-0, I came back from a few really big matches, and I never count myself out then. So
That's awesome.
yeah, that was helpful. Well, I think got a little more draw than they wanted there. This 8 still goes on the side, but a little more of a cut than you'd like for the pressure shot. But this is beautiful.
Nice.
What's your team name? Taking down another one. Going up 9-5. We were down 9-5 earlier. It was a heartbreaker. Ended up losing pretty bad. I think it was 13-6 or 7. Heartbreaker.
Yeah, that's brutal.
But we had a good run. Yeah, Palm is on fire. He's had a couple really good run-outs. Renegades over here on table 1. Like kind of splitting these balls to cut that 10 in the side. Or sorry, in the corner. Yeah, that 12 was kind of destined for trouble.
Yeah, I think I like banking the 11 back down toward that 12 and try to hook that cue ball right up, lock it up. Is that the 9?
Yeah. Do you push forward and come back to the 9, or do
Yeah.
you stop on the 9?
I go forward.
Go forward. Yep, I like that shot. Do you have a favorite game? You're a rotation player primarily, right?
I love all the games.
Yeah.
I don't know. I go back and forth. I love bar box 8-ball, but I consider myself a big table person.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like rotation. I like all games. There's no pool game I don't like. I don't play one pocket much, but I do love the game. I think it can be really fun, and every time I play it, I learn something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't play it as much as I'd like. But straight pool I got into a lot before the pandemic, and because the pool hall I play out of in Portland has a straight pool league, and
that's out of Sam's?
Yeah, out of Sam's. Yep. Yeah. And,
what's your high run in straight pool?
38.
38?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still in the 30s also.
Yeah.
I've been playing a little bit more with a guy who just ran 98, and he changed his table. He altered his table to be more of a straight pool table, so I actually had the pockets widened. And
Okay.
I hate what he did to his table because I think it's a beautiful gold crown, but it's pretty awesome, and it is more realistic for straight pool.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I that's one thing Robin and I kind of disagree on. Because I cut my teeth at hard times. At the time, they had 4-inch pockets in the back room. And
Wow.
so when I had my 9-footer at home, I had Ernesto set it up exactly like the hard times tables, and I trained and drilled. That's why I'm a pretty decent pocketer.
Yeah, no kidding.
You either you hate the game
4-inch
and
pockets
you burn the table down and you never play again, or you get pretty good at pocketing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I play on tables that have big pockets, I still try to be really focused and know I hit center pocket, because otherwise you get a little sloppy and you get away with things. But Robin thinks it's more important to have that success and have that,
So
see yourself
it's not
pocketing.
about knowing what you can do with the pocket. It's more about seeing yourself be successful and having less doubt.
Exactly. And I do agree. I think it's a really good philosophy, but I don't know, maybe it's my ego, but I'm like, I don't need big pockets to feel like a good pocketer.
Yeah.
I want to challenge myself, and I want to sharpen.
What came first, the confidence or the tight pockets that gave you the confidence?
The confidence.
Yeah. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you always been a pretty athletically competent person?
Yeah, I've played sports my whole life.
Got it.
Yeah, so I'm just naturally aggressive, I think, with sports and wanting to win and all that.
Yep. Well, that's a nice little shot there, getting underneath that 8-ball on table 1. What other sports did you play?
Primarily, I played softball and golf.
Mm-hmm.
I dabbled in others, but yeah, those were my 2 main sports. And I played golf up until I took up pool. I still love golf, but I love pool more, and I'm obsessive, so
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't allow myself to spread myself too thinly because then I kind of, you can only do so many things,
Yep.
especially when you have to work for a
Well,
living. But
you're getting at a really well. You've been at a very competitive level, but getting to that point where I can't even imagine focusing on multiple sports, like you said, when you're working and doing all that.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily the healthiest thing to do, but I kind of gave up everything else,
Uh huh.
especially when I was in California. Like I started playing in 2012, and I I would say I jumped up pretty quickly to for women's pool especially. That got kind of I met my goals pretty quickly and got invited to things I really wanted and won events that I'm proud of and all that stuff. And really the only reason that happened was because I had a lot of confidence and I trained a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost embarrassing looking back on it now. How
What's a lot of training for you?
before I had my table and I was just going to Hard Times, I closed that place down every day after work. Like I was there. I
Wow.
wasn't sleeping much. I was also in my mid-20s, so I could get away with it. I can't
Yeah.
do that now. But and then when I had my table at home before I moved up here, I worked. Let's say I worked 50 hours a week. I was practicing every other hour before I went to bed every day.
Wow.
And I tracked my hours. I logged my hours. I logged what I worked on. Yeah, I'm a little
Little obsessive. Yeah.
yeah.
I think it takes that to be successful at this game. I think that anyone who thinks talent is going to carry them or anything like that, I think not only do you have to be very, very driven and motivated, but you also have to have kind of a compulsion for it.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I'm extremely impatient, and if there's something I'm not doing well, I want to fix it immediately. So yeah, if I miss if I lose a game because I made a mistake or I didn't know what the answer was, guess what I'm doing immediately?
Yep.
I'm working on that.
Oh, it was Molly that just said that yesterday. She said, if there's a weakness in my game, it's going to become a strength.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow,
That's awesome.
then you're a woman who's had a lot of weaknesses in your game. And I meant that I was trying to be a wise ass, but I also meant it as a compliment because, that she's great, man. She's come a long ways also. And she was bummed she didn't play in this event, and I think she will next time.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, she should.
I really like this last shot he shot, trying to get under those balls. He just clipped that
really
head ball. Does look like the 5 will go. Oh,
wow.
man, wedged up. Wow, those are deep in there. They should, both 2 balls should fall in, so I don't think it's actually wedged. But boy, those are, like we said, pretty deep. Good opportunity for stripes, though, getting back to the table. They were.
That was so deep. Wow.
Yeah. That 5 came out crazy. All right, man, what's your team name? Sneaking away a little bit. Really want to make sure you don't catch the backside of this 8 ball on table 1. Yeah, really want to make sure you spin around that. That can complicate things real quick.
Nice.
All right, what's your team name?
13 does not go. I'm assuming he can see. Is it the 11? Yeah, it looks like he's shooting the 11. Oh, the 13 go.
It's so hard to be able to tell. And here it, doesn't look like it goes either.
He'll prove us
Looks
wrong.
like lining up on the 11.
Oh, he's thinking.
Yeah. And yeah, it does look like it's going to float up, just trying to make sure that draw stroke catches and you get back as opposed to just high.
This is tricky.
I kind of like to go, I was going to say I like to go forward here to make sure I can hit a little more full stroke.
I'm going to aim at the 8. I want the cue ball to bump the 8.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, what a nice touch.
Very nice.
I would have messed that up.
Yeah.
I'd be where the 3 ball is now.
I have a tendency to do that too. Or say, I'll just go right into that 4 and knock it, and all of a sudden I knock the 4 directly in the line.
Yeah.
This is, I guess, just float up and then take the 8 in the lower right-hand corner pocket.
Yeah, it looks like natural.
Up and over.
Very nice.
Very nice touch. This will be to go to 11. This is a big match. Like we said, this is the Diamond Division Finals, $2,000 second place. I would imagine a $3,000 first place. Taking
Very
that one
nice.
down. So when do you fly out?
Tomorrow. Wait, what's today? Friday?
Today's Friday, yeah.
Sunday night.
Sunday. So will you play any more pool while you're here? Or are you just having fun?
I have to play more pool.
Yeah. What will you do?
I don't know yet. I'm thinking about maybe going to Griff's. I don't know what tournaments
Nice.
they've got going on. I know they're doing the chip tournament, doubles tournament tonight, so I might try to find someone to go play that with me.
That's cool.
Or I might.
I love Griff's.
Yeah, it's a cool place. I went there for the first time in September when I was here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We went for a little bit last night. Just a little bit. I can get caught up really easily over there.
Yeah, right? Yeah. It was fun being there. It reminded me of when I was starting out and I was obsessively at the pool hall all the time.
Yeah.
I had that feel. There were a lot of people there all day. And
It's an expensive habit, man.
yeah, it
if
is.
you're not a sponsored player.
Yeah.
Does Sam's work anything out with you?
Well, because I usually am a straight pool player member, I get free practice time through that.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
And how much is that to be a member of that?
I think they just raised the fees. It's about 130, 140-ish, I think, for the season. So a 3-month
Nice.
season. And it's basically, I won't say unlimited. If it's evening busy time, you don't get free reign, but
Yeah.
all day. And so, yeah, I would go there in the day and practice.
Very cool.
But yeah, I haven't done it in a few seasons. Honestly, I haven't been training or playing much at all since COVID, but
Has this inspired you to get back on it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll be back at the grind when I get back home, just to try to ramp up for the next event in 3 weeks.
Yeah, the EXPO. Yeah, nice touch. Looked like you wanted to hold for that 4 ball on table 1. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. They're all up there.
That looks
It's a
like
dry break over there on table 2.
Beardy's asking us if we use a pre-shot routine. Do you use a pre-shot routine?
Yes, I do, but I can't say it's a well-developed pre-shot routine. I've tried to be a lot more disciplined about. I was shooting spot shots, and I was testing myself to see if I walk over to look at the line every single time, if there was a difference, and it's dramatic every single time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if I know that's an effective thing, I need to keep doing it. I'm such a rhythm-based player that it feels really good to just keep going, but that's when I make mistakes, I get too far ahead of myself. So I've really tried to slow down. There's a great 3-part series taught at Derby about the pre-shot routine by, I can't remember his name right now, but he's terrific. I'll remember it before long, and I've watched that a few times, and that's helped me a lot. How about you?
Almost exactly the same story. I'm a rhythm player as well, and when I get in trouble is when I move a little too quickly.
Yep.
And yeah, so my routine when I'm playing well, doing my thing, it's just to stand up, it's to look, it's to like consciously say this is what I'm trying to do, and this is where I'm trying to aim, and this is the outcome I want, and then get down and shoot.
I've tried to force myself to never say, I can't believe I missed that ball again, because I don't get to say that. Tanner, thank you. Mark Wilson, exactly. You guys are saving me here. That 3-part series by Mark Wilson is totally amazing. But yeah, I don't get to say things like, I can't believe I missed that ball if it's the same mistake I made multiple times.
Right,
And
yeah.
I'm not sure what the thinking was there. Sliding over. Maybe that 6 ball still goes. Maybe just overran it a little bit.
Gosh, I don't know. It doesn't look like
That
it.
looks tough. Oops, there we go. Looks like maybe a small little jump here. Is that what he's looking at?
I think he's trying to masse.
But that's a tight window.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you can't bend the ball there, but getting the bend to catch right after that 3 would be pretty tough. I think a lot of people don't use that little edge of the ball jump as much as they could. It's so easy. I mean, just barely elevating gets you just a tiny bit above that side of the ball. That's pretty makeable. Well, a good match here. Maybe looking at the combo now?
Yeah, I think I like the combo better as far as making the ball, but that 3 ball.
The 3's going into trouble.
Yeah, he's gonna have to hit it kind of hard.
I was looking at the 6 off the 4, but that's tough also.
I think I like the combo and just kind of hitting it with some good pace.
If you can hit full enough on the 3 ball to stop on the 8, I like that because it looks like the 13 doesn't go, and if you block out the 11, you can probably open up your balls and probably leave a treetop shot at best. But I can't really tell.
Yeah, I like that.
Shade trees, I'm totally with you. Inner game of tennis is crucial reading for any game like pool or golf or tennis, where it's kind of just you and your skill set. I should probably reread that myself. I was just suggesting it to another member of our shop who just started playing and is playing really, really good, but has a little bit of work to do like we all can on the mental game. Went for that combo, barely missing.
Let's see if I can find the name. I have a book I reread occasionally. I read it in 2012, and I didn't even finish the book. I read about a third of it, went to a tournament and won it.
Oh, what?
And somebody asked me a question like,
A third's all I needed.
Yeah,
That's a good book.
A buddy of mine, he's like, what happened? You won the tournament. And I'm like, yeah, I read part of this book. And he, to this day, gives me a hard time about it. He's like, remember that time you read a third of a book and won a tournament? Like,
That's
it's a really
awesome.
good book.
Who was that?
The book?
No, who was?
Oh, the friend Kevin Yee.
Okay.
Yeah, he's Bay Area friend.
Nice. That's a good book.
My reception in here is terrible, but
It's so bad.
It's a book by, the author is Rob Bell, and it's a book about golf, mental toughness in golf, I think is the name, something like that. But
Okay.
yeah, there was a lot of, I mean, because I'm a golfer too, I can relate easily, but I think anyone, it's basic sports stuff,
Yeah. Well, now I want to know. So when you figure it out, yeah, definitely shoot me a message.
Yeah, I will.
I'd love to read that. At least a third of it.
Yeah, the first third's all you need, really.
Well, who knows what'll happen with the second? Have you read the other 2/3?
Oh yeah, I've read
Yeah,
through the book
okay.
a number of times.
But that's when you got in trouble. You won after the third.
Yeah, there was something, I mean, it was
No
very,
way.
it went through there.
Oh, yeah, that's brutal. That was a great idea, too.
It doesn't, man, on the camera.
It doesn't even look like there's a ball width there.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's a rough roll for Renegades. Ball in hand for what's your team name, and these could be the last 2 games here. Left, you kind of got to start with the 2 ball in the upper left-hand corner, right? I don't think the 2 has another pocket. Cody, I totally agree.
I think I've read part of that. I don't know that I finished it, but I do own it.
Busted. Yeah, for people enjoying this out there, I do apologize for camera on table 1. Got some serious wobble going on, but we're doing our best here within the circumstances. Is this playing safe or playing the... Oh, it was a 3 ball.
Wow.
Beautiful. Man, no payout. Did that 4-9 line up? If it did, I like making that 9 ball.
Oh, maybe it goes. Or is he banking?
I'm not sure. I'm going to try and get the overhead view in a sec here. Just don't want to take it away from table.
Oh, wow.
It did go. Wow. And I guess, I mean, theoretically, that 4 goes in the upper left-hand corner pocket. That's tight. I'd be getting a ref for that for sure.
Yeah, that's, oh gosh, that's just danger all around because he's got to power it.
Where do you
so
push?
He doesn't get hooked.
Yep.
And, yeah.
Are you a ref caller?
I am, again, for myself. I'll call, like in this case, if I'm the shooter, I'm calling a ref. It's just, if you have
I don't want to have the conversation.
Yeah, there's no reason not to.
I totally agree. I certainly don't want to have the conversation after it's already happened.
Yeah, exactly. I always appreciate when other players do the same. It's just a courtesy, and I think I don't know, it just.
You know better than anyone when you should call a ref.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Now, have you been to Derby?
I've not. I have agreed to go with a friend next year.
Cool.
She's been. She really wants to go again. And so I'm at this point. I'm planning. I haven't told her this. The only concern I have, just because I have limited vacation time, and if I do as well as I hope to in the WPBA, I want to keep playing. And
yeah, totally.
That will take. That's my biggest priority.
It's got to have precedence.
Yeah.
Wow, tried to leave himself under for that 6. Is that just to get on the left side of the 8 ball, do you think? I really would have pushed around for that, but looks like he left a window. I can look from here, and that 8 ball does go in the lower right-hand corner pocket.
I kind of missed it. I saw the outcome, but he cut in the side and left himself there rather than hitting the rail and coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, sorry, I skipped over to table 1. Yeah, he's...
unless he just didn't want to risk not coming out far enough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. Unless this could be a shot that he's just really comfortable with to get, to rail shape or something. I don't know.
All right, good hit there. Referee calling a good hit. And man, that ball goes, but you got better have another trick up your sleeve. That 8 ball does cut in the side.
I fire it.
Fire that ball.
Fire it. Yep. With I don't baby this.
You're not worried
draw.
about. It looks like you're going into the left side rail. I don't see potential scratches.
Yeah, I'm gonna jack up and draw and try to bump the underside of the 14.
Gonna jack up and draw. I think it's so much more thin than that, isn't it? Wow, great shot here on table 1. I could get him to the hill.
I like jack up draw shots.
Yeah.
I want give me my cue. I want to go shoot this.
I like practicing jack up draw shots, but I think it's because I'm so they feel good, they're fun.
They're fun when they go
My
in.
consistency.
Nice shot.
Wow, what a shot. Amazing shot there. What's your team name? Getting to the hill. And this could be it. Chisholm Woodson for the win. Chisholm out of Bear Down Billiards.
Ah.
Oh, man. All right, well, Stripes got their work cut out for him, that's for sure. All right, 12-5. Renegades back to the table over here out of Ontario, Canada.
Who were you calling it? Dork Clifford.
What's up, Dork? I think this is Randy back at the table here. And Randy's got his work cut out for him. We're going to go back to 2 tables here. That's Mike racking over there on table 2. Cliff isn't even going to the coast. He's got no good excuse. He said something about, like, I'm going to school or something.
Lame.
Boring. Get your life together. Start playing pool again, dude.
Slacker.
Cliff, another one of those Robin Dreyer students. Also
Yeah.
somebody who's had a lot of success in the Northwest Cup. One of my favorite things about the last Northwest Cup was hearing Allison Fisher say the lineup or the matchup she wanted to see was Maxon versus Blake Baker.
Mm-hmm.
That was
like, cool.
That's pretty rad. Nice. All right, 12-15, 13-8. Renegades doing a good job picking that rack apart.
I also enjoyed when Cliff made I think it was a 3-railer, just drilled it. Got to hear Allison's reaction to that. That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
But that's enough nice things about Cliff.
Right. Over it. Later, Tombstone. Tried that for 10 years. Didn't work. Psh. You weren't trying. Making it look easy over there for the Renegades. 12-6. Getting that comeback started. Oops. Wrong one. What's your team name? This is Palm. Palm has had a good amount of success here. And these guys, let's see. They had some other interesting stuff going on. They just had some challenge matches there. They do lots of streaming events over at Piazzas. I guess they had SVB, Corey Duell, Kelly Fisher, Allison Fisher, Florian over there.
Oh, recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I watched a bit of that when Allison was doing the challenge matches.
She's incredible. Holy cow.
She's okay.
She's okay. Take her down.
Yeah, she's so nice.
Yeah.
Like, I really thought the first time meeting her that I just expected she would be, I don't want to say rude, but just kind of like
Smug.
Yeah, I mean, she's earned it. She could
Yeah.
be rude, but she was so genuine and kind, and I was taken aback by that. I didn't expect
Oh, yeah.
it.
I've seen her spicy. I've never seen her mean or anything like that. I've just
Spicy in what way?
just feisty,
Oh,
but
well,
fun feisty.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very fun feisty.
Yeah, she's got I mean, everyone says it. When you spend any time with
man.
her and you know how funny she is. She's got such a great personality and sense of
She is
humor.
hilarious. Oh my gosh. Yeah, she was partying. It was at when we used to have the Chinook Winds open.
Mm-hmm.
And I was I was pretty impressed with how much fun she was having. Those are always the players that I like and admire, no matter how they play, is the people that are enjoying what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I hope that that's why we're all here, is to enjoy this game that we love so much. I commentated with a 10-year-old. I guess she was only 8 then, but she was like, we rewatched that match recently, and she's like, do you think they're having fun? And I was like,
That's a good question.
I don't think a commentator's ever asked that.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that they are, but what a great reminder. And she's like, why would you be doing it if you're not having fun? Everything is just like so matter of fact. I love that.
That's very true.
Try to remember that myself. Yeah, it sounds like Piazzas is doing a lot for the Denver pool scene. I've spent a little bit of time there fairly recently, and I need to get out there and play some pool. Denver's big. Have you spent much time in Denver?
I've actually never been.
It's a cool city. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
I've had some layovers in their airport.
Yep. Not my favorite. Looks like playing safe off this 4-ball on table 1. Yeah, I think that's a good plan. Looks like...
Wow, that break. I didn't see what happened to get the balls like that, but it's
You
interesting.
missed it, huh?
Yeah, I don't know if they all just came back clustered together or what happened, but
Yeah, that's wild.
I don't want that to be.
I don't want that.
I don't want that.
Yep, I like playing safe there also. I love straight pool. I can't. I actually hate straight pool. I think it's
You hate straight pool? Mike D says the same thing.
I think it's the second best game out there. I think One Pocket is far and away the best game out there. It is the most aggravating game I've ever played in my life. But
Straight pool?
but again, I think that's all ego
Why?
clash. Because I don't like shoulds. I feel as though it would be a lot easier, a lot more simple than it is. But I think that's why it's such an important game, is that there's nothing hard about it. But the subtlety is everything, and that really is, in the end, what this game is all about, is those little teeny things that affect the outcome in a very major way. It drives me nuts, though. And you're a good pocketer, so it's probably a lot more fun for you. But
I
am not.
I am in love with that game.
Oh, God, it's so great. I love it. I know I still. Yep, I'm sorry. It's so good. Have you guys met? Bonnie, this is Stephanie. Stephanie Bonnie. I know I brought it out here and I haven't even taken one. Sorry, I was in a hurry. Dried watermelon.
What? It's just dried watermelon. Dried watermelon.
You should try it. It's amazing.
I'll take some after I'm off the mic.
Yeah.
Dried watermelon. I've never heard of it. I would have assumed there wouldn't be much left after removing all the water.
It's not fully dehydrated.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more like leathery.
So it's chewy.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It's good.
Yeah, I'll give that a shot.
Not quite like astronauts. Yeah, this could be a long rack over there on table 1. Table 2 not looking a lot better. Getting all the way to the foot rail. Well, leaving an opening. That 4-ball goes. He might be trying to convince his opponent to take the solids.
Something exciting's happening.
Yeah. That's the best laugh we've gotten all week. Thunderous laughter across the room. What is going on?
I don't know.
Huh. Well, good. I'm glad people are laughing and having a good time. There's been
talking
plenty.
about that. Clearly, they're having fun over there.
Yeah. Palm over here on table 2, looking like banking this 9-ball. Drills that bank. Wow. I can't tell. And I guess you just take your medicine and try and come back. Yeah, you can't really draw back for that 13.
I think I like inside spin.
High inside?
Mm-hmm.
It seems like the inside's going to take you up to the left, though.
Yeah.
It seems like maybe high will keep you on that side if you can miss that 1 ball.
I guess I'm more worried about seeing the ball, like being able to see it
Totally.
rather than being hooked.
Yeah. Well, misses the ball, so it doesn't matter anyway. Solid's got their work cut out for him, though. Couple doubled up balls there.
I think I like just shooting that 2, getting it out of there, and trying to do a stop shot right there, leave the cue ball safe.
Yeah, if you got room, I like that one. If not, I think I like playing off the bottom, either playing off the 1 or off the 6 and breaking that up. And leaving them up behind the 2-3. Cliff says draw off the 1, huh? Easy. It's all easy for you, Maxon. Go back to school. Are you in class right now? He said the other day He's like, yeah, I'm just doing school. And we're like, what are you up to? And he's like, I'm in class. So it's going great. That was a really nice shot. And I like you were saying, get that 2 out of there, freeze on the 3. Great
Yeah,
shot.
I mean, if he gets the ball in hand, then there's no issue left. He can,
Yeah.
the 6-1 is not needing a breakout. He played it really well because he took away that 1 rail kick, it looks like.
Yeah, well, I think he may have room because he's still looking at it.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
There's more room there than we think.
But no real reward. I don't think there's any way to make that 12 ball anywhere.
Yeah. Well, but again, you saw him picking that spot on the 12 ball that he wants to hit, and that's kind of what Stephanie and I were talking about. I mean, even though you've got a very small chance of making that ball, picking that spot, I think is really important. Oh, he's going the other way.
Wow.
I can't imagine him back cutting that. It seems like cutting to the upper left-hand
Yeah,
corner.
looks like he's going to come short, but yeah.
Oh, he tried to catch the backside.
He almost got lucky and hit that 13.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a bold shot, trying to catch the edge of the ball. That does give up ball in hand here for the Stripes. That's the plan.
Yep.
1-6-3-2. What do you think?
Yeah, something 5-7-8. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Something 5
I
7
can
8.
remember what balls were left.
Yep.
Yeah, 4. Yeah. 1 6 3 2 4 5 7 8.
Yeah. At what level did you talk to a lot of pattern play with Robin? Do you continue to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, that is the essence of the game. It's the problem solving.
We started out with them. I think I had an 8-ball event coming up. We started patterns like day 1.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And we'll work on them quite a bit. And I just got his system at home.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
The projector.
Mm-hmm. Illuminated Cueing Arts.
Illuminated Cueing Arts.
I just got it recently. I haven't had a whole lot of time playing with it, but it's very cool.
Our projector isn't quite high enough, so it just isn't super clear.
Oh,
There's
I see.
work
Okay.
to do.
Yeah, I was lucky. Robin just came over and installed it himself.
Oh, nice.
So I knew it was going to be done right. Although he was afraid of ladders, so I had to do all the mounting myself. We have 12.5. Actually, it's almost 14 feet high.
Wow.
Where the projector's actually mounted.
God, that's great.
It's really cool.
Yeah. What kind of light are you off to the side? Oh,
Yeah,
look
it's a sign
out.
mount.
Did he get all the way under there? No, he's okay. Whew, that was close. I think he can still see that 5.
That was scary.
Yeah. Almost overhit that one.
Little amped.
Yep.
A little excited.
Well, and that's them staying alive. This is the Renegades.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, black and red. There it is. I'm terrible at that part of it.
Yeah, it's hard. Nice, taking that game down, staying alive, and creeping back into this thing. Renegades at the table over here on table 1 also. That rack's starting to unfold a little bit.
Yeah, it looks much less terrible than it did.
All the way down for that 4. 4 looks like it does pass the 10, but it's close.
So roll up for the 2.
Yeah.
1 6. Okay.
It looks like that 14 might get in the way. Hard to tell how much room is there. Nope, able to go right around it. Very nice shot. So the 1 next. 1 2 6 8. Or do you like to roll all the way to the 6? I like getting from the 2 to the 6 more than the 6 to the 2.
Yeah. To me, it's simpler to do 1 6 2, but
Yeah.
Oh, that was risky.
Yeah. Dry break over there on table 2. 6, 9, 12, 15. Yep. Yeah, this is just nipping this and taking the 2 in the upper left-hand corner pocket.
Nice.
Nice shot. Some acrobatic pool there.
Renegades coming back.
Right?
Fighting.
Man. From down 12-5. All they got to do is win them all.
No big deal.
All we need is all the balls. Well, man, I don't know how I got so lucky to have you sit in this whole time with me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
It's just good timing, you know.
Yeah.
I was just sitting there watching the Canadians.
They are so much fun. What's that girl's name?
Angel?
She's awesome.
Yeah.
She is a really good shooter.
She is. Oh my gosh, she had such I complimented her afterward. She had such patience to wait for the right moment to strike.
Mhm.
Where I would have been like, I'm going for it, and I would have been
Forced
too
it.
aggressive. And
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But she was so patient. I was so impressed.
Yeah, they're really fun. I like them. Yeah, I had a bunch of fun with the Canadians up from Okagowan or I don't remember, but they're pretty awesome.
Yeah, I've never met a Canadian I didn't like.
Lincoln City, the only one I didn't like them, and I was so shocked by it because all of them are usually so nice and wonderful. This guy was not my favorite. Yeah, it was a funny night. We were gambling, and this guy came up to try to play. He was talking all kinds of trash at the bar. We were gambling right by the bar, and this guy's like, "I'll play anybody in here $100 games," and I was like, they wanted to play scotch, and I was like, "Do you want to squash this bet and we'll take these guys?" And he's like, "Oh, let's just finish the set, but yeah, we'll go play him." I knew the guy, and he was loaded and just being a wily fool. And we were like, well, we got action for you. Just let us finish this up. And he started talking trash to the Canadian. And then I refused to shoot until they took off. And then I ended up winning the set because of it. And then the Canadian turned on me. And it was,
Oh, no.
it was an ordeal, man. It went on for like the whole week in Lincoln City. It was wild. It's Northwest shrinks up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Renegades with a good looking out here. I think I would have wanted to roll down for that 3. I think he's wanting to deal with the 2. 2 leads to the breakout on the 4.
Yeah, I like that. He doesn't have to do anything too crazy. You just got to bump it. Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, focus.
Probably took his eye off the pocket.
Yeah.
Easy to do. Somebody said something really simple to me recently, and that's just that the last thing that needs to be in your head is entirely pocketing the ball.
Yeah.
And it's such an easy idea and something you've heard explained in so many ways, but I talk a lot about like what you're like the thinking zone and the playing zone and stepping out of the shooting zone when you're thinking, and that I think that's why straight pool is so hard for me, is there's so much going on in my mind. But yeah, I still like once I've settled on my shot, I really need to entirely commit to making that ball.
Yeah, straight pool's helped me a lot with that concept and that the issue, because I was the same way. But yeah, it's helped my 8-ball game a lot, because you have those same situations like that where you have to pocket and trust that you've calculated everything and make the ball and let everything else happen after. That's one thing Robin worked on with me is I would my golf fundamentals always has me. I don't look at the ball. You strike the club, the ball's going. You don't look. You wait until you've followed through completely, and then you look. And so I carried that over into pool, thinking that was the right thing, and because it makes sense.
Yep.
But he's like, no.
You watch that ball all the way into the pocket.
Yeah, and he's trying to get me to remember to look exactly where the ball went in the pocket, not just that it went in the pocket, but
did you hit
where,
high side?
Yeah.
Man, nice little touchy safe there. Yeah, I completely agree with that. And if there's any issue, um, yeah, if you're still thinking about anything, if you're still unsure about anything at all, the worst. Um, yeah, you have no business being down on your shot. That's the time to stand up. Lifestyle, you were asking about why is only one team breaking? We play this based on rounds, and it's these guys round to break. So if we go to a fifth frame here, that's when it will switch back to, well, the fifth frame will actually be alternate break. Oops. Yeah, I was fortunate to have somebody who taught me play pool that when I would pop up, he had a cue he would hold over me, and he would hit me with the cue. And it got to the point that, yeah, if I'd started to move before the balls had all stopped moving on the table, that would happen. And I was like, it was very, very good for me. Like, just because he had asked me the same thing, like, where did you hit on the pocket? Oh, you missed your shape. Why did you miss it? Did you hit a ball? And without being able to answer those questions, I don't think you're really going to develop a vision for everything happening on the table.
Right.
You can totally focus on your cue ball or totally focus on, making the ball, but,
Yeah.
Cliff, dude, you and your bot, man. What kind of school are you in?
Doesn't your bot have better things to do?
It's a hard no, so to speak. Oh, that's unfortunate. So that's Jason over there. He was wanting to roll down all the way for that 7 ball. Didn't quite get there. And had a good line, too. Very confident stroke there by, what's your team name? I think that's Larry. Hey. Ayo. Clifford. I'm going to have to scrounge up the Cliff doing the Dan Louie break with a piece of beef jerky and hitting himself in the eye doing it. We've had a lot of fun out at the Oregon Coast. It won't be the same without you, bud. Wish you were going to be there. Wow, is he lining up to cut this 7 ball? I think I like playing off the side of the 7 and trying to get behind the 5. That's a tough cut, even without a bridge.
Wow.
Barely misses. Gets
Yeah,
the bridge out of the way, though.
I don't know what the reward was there. I
Yeah.
think that was a little risky.
John on table 2. Okay, yep, John ammo. I have very limited explanations. John is listed as short. I think I heard them before the match saying, come on, don't put short. That wouldn't be how I would describe him at all. Yep, we're just streaming tables 1 and 2. Unfortunately, we got to have this equipment set up quite a while ahead of time, so just those ones. You can follow all those brackets at CTS On Demand. And this is Boombox and Stephanie Drakulik here with Bad Boys TV, brought to you by Diamond Billiard Products, OB Custom Cues, Mike Littman and Littman Lights, Break and Run Trucking, and all of you. Brought to you at least partially by Caitlin. Yeah, and her whole family. Hello. Caitlin, and what is it? It's Bad Boys Tables out in Boise, Idaho?
Yep.
Bad Boys Tables. Bringing a bunch of diamonds out there. Even too late to sign up.
I have no percent.
Cliff, we don't care if you play pool. It's actually better for me if you don't. I would just prefer to hang out with you. So come on out. You can crash on the couch. It'll be fun. Do you have weekends off of school? I imagine you do. That's a really, really nice shot. And that could be a set winner right there. Drawn off this 13 ball. Are you trying to get all the way to the rail or just nip off it?
I would just nip off of it.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know, it looks like the angle's
More
a
of an
little-
angle than
yeah.
you think.
Oh.
Yeah, just run
alright,
around.
alright.
That's
nice.
pretty.
Yeah.
Well, Ammo's about to take this one down.
I think his weekends are
For-
for bot making.
Bot related. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. All right, ladies and gentlemen, John Ammo and what's your team name about to take this one down? There we go, 13 to 8.
Nice.
What a match it was. Tried to make a comeback, but just couldn't quite pull it off. This is Boombox here with Stephanie Drakulik. Stephanie, thank you so much for joining me. This was
My
really
pleasure.
fun.
Thank you.
Yep, nice hanging out with you. Nice watching some great pool. Thanks for tuning in out there. We're going to be streaming all week long, so please don't go anywhere. Hit that like button if you get a chance. Hit the bell notification if you want to know when we go live, and we'll see you all again real soon.
Bye.
Thanks again, Stephanie.